All right, welcome behind the Wrench with Zach and Randy. I'm Zach. We're at the old Midnight Motor Shop today with Rhett, our producer.
Howdy.
He's got his 2004 Dodge Neon, in case you guys didn't think they existed anymore. They're still out there.
Oh, there's a whole group dedicated to neons.
Anyways, we're doing vibration analysis today. He's got a vibration above 60, and we're trying to figure out what's going on. We already shook down the front end. Front end feels tight on it, so we're going to check the rims on it. Of course, this was after we found out that the car hit a pothole. So we're going to throw them on the old tire balancer here from 1978. Maybe it's not that old, but it's just digital tire balancer, nothing great. We're just going to check the rims on it and check the rims and tires and check the balance on them. So we already got this one all mounted up. We already got the machine all set up, ready to go. All the machine asks for is the back spacing, rim width, and what size it is. It's all it's asking for on this machine. It's just an old John Bean. Nothing crazy. So let's spin this one up and see what we got. Well, the rim looks good. I don't see it wallering around at all. This one's balanced perfect. So right now we got good balance on this one. We already did the right front rim and it was way out of balance. So we balanced that one out and put it back in the car. And we're going to check the back two here in a minute. We're going to kind of see what they're all at. So and we'll go from there. We'll take it for a ride. So if that works. So we'll throw this one back in the car. We'll get the other two off. And then we will get them. We'll show you guys how we throw them up on here and check them. And we'll go from there.
Oh, there you go.
Love these old rims. They don't make them like this no more. So now we got the back tires. We took one back tire off, got the other one loose. All right, anytime you're doing vibration analysis and tires are involved, what I do, guys do differently, a lot of different repairs differently. What I do is I don't take the wheel weights off them. I balance them first, or check the balance on them. Our machine's already set up, so basically we're going to get this thing rolling, and we're going to see how out of balance it is. I'm going to look at the rim while it's spinning. I don't see nothing. Like I said, I don't see any wallers in it or nothing. I don't see it wobbling around. Then we're going to check, see how out of balance it is before we balance it. We're a half ounce out on the outside of the rim. It's actually not horrid. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pull these weights off. It's only got one on the inside. And then we're going to rerun it again. And then we'll rebalance the tire. But now we know beforehand that this one was probably not an issue with this one. So now we're going to respin it up. We'll balance it, put it back in the car, and we'll check the next one. See what happens. What do we got here? That one there, and we will find there we go.
Beautiful.
All zeros. I think this is going to fix the problem because that right front one was way, way, way out of balance.
So if it was balanced before, what would cause it to go out of balance? Maybe weight fell off, or
they said hitting potholes, hitting stuff in the road, stuff like. I mean, it can make a tire go out of balance pretty easily. Plus, these old rims, they're lightweight.
maybe one got bent.
Maybe one got bent just a little bit.
Just enough to throw it out.
Right. The trick here is that your vibration's above 60, which usually a vibration above 60 when you're feeling it in the steering wheel is more than likely a tire issue. You know, you don't have any clunking noises or nothing like that. You just got a vibration.
Like the Bondo job?
On the other side?
Both sides of the filling in holes.
Hey, you know what? At least you used. I mean, hey, it's there. That's all that matters.
Uh,
So now we'll pop this other one off. We'll torque them down here when we're done. We'll do it just like we did with the last one. We'll spin it up and check it first.
Now there's different cones for this to fit on the machine, right?
Yep, so different rims, different centers, different cones. We got stuff all up for bigger trucks, you know.
Which is mostly what you do. But.
Mostly bigger trucks, yeah. So let's spin this one up and see what it does. Yeah, half out on each side. That's not the greatest, but...
Well, if it'll take care of a vibration.
Yeah, we like to see zeros. We like to see all zeros.
Yeah.
Some guys say close enough is good enough, but we don't like that around here. We like to see all zeros. So what I did was I pulled the weight off of it. I checked it with the weight on it. Wanted to see how far it was just factory, you know, or not factory, but like without being touched. So now you see I pulled the weight off of it. Now we're a little bit different, which is weird because, you know, I don't know who balanced these tires to begin with, but these are made to have outside weights on them. And they didn't need, none of these rims had outside weight on them. So I'm really not sure why that is. Let's hope this is the right weight, real weight.
So Zach changed it to balance it to the inside.
Yeah, we're going to do all the way to the inside. We can change it on the machine. We can change it to two-place. But, you know, if you have rims that can't take weight on the outside, you usually use a sticky weight. Or you can change it to just on the inside. So we're going to put it on the inside. We're going to spin it back up. We're going to see what happens. Just give you an idea of different ways to balance tires. Let's see what it does. There it is.
Look at that.
Zeros. So we'll throw these back in the car, we'll torque down the wheels, and we'll go for a ride and see what happens. All right, so what I do is you don't want to run these things down with your Milwaukee impact or any impact for that matter. I always run them down with just 3/8, just get them started, get it on the floor, and then we'll torque it down. 04 Neon is 100 foot-pounds. We already looked it up. So this will just get them snug and started. And then we'll go through and torque them all by hand with a torque wrench. They make some nice digital torque wrenches today. I still use the old click style torque wrench because I think it's a little bit quicker. Just as far as tightening down lug nuts. I don't use my click style for doing head bolts or any of that stuff. I use my digital one. And then, you know, you run these down too tight. You know, you use your Milwaukee. I've seen guys, you know, run these lug nuts on, or lug nuts of anything on Milwaukee, and they'll reef them so tight you'll actually stretch these lug nuts, or the lug studs, I mean. And that's a good way to lose a tire. And if you over torque them, it's a good way to warp rotors and all sorts of stuff. So you never want to over tighten your lug nuts. I'm sure there's guys out there that argue it, but those are guys that are doing it in their backyard.
It's a good way to break a lug stud too.
Right. You know, and what's screwed up is that these click style torque wrenches, fairly inexpensive. You can get them anywhere. We'll set this thing to 100. We'll lower her down on the ground, torque the wheels down, and go for a drive. There's 100 right there. Yeah, these guys, they go to reef. Now they'll tell you, well, tight is tight, yeah, until you stretch a lug stud. And you talked to my one neighbor about that. Fucking 21-year-old kid ran all of his truck tires on with a Milwaukee Impact, drove down the road about 3 miles. One wheel fell off because all the lug studs were stretched straight out. Lost his tire. Had to go save him off the side of the road. All right, car's on the ground. Torque wrench set to 100 foot-pounds. I always start at the left front and work my way around the car so you always know where you're at. But as soon as you hear it, then always tighten in a star pattern.
Lug nuts are a little swelled.
Yeah, they are. Welcome to Michigan Rust.
Welcome to 2004 Dodge Neon.
Right. Get all these torque down. We'll go take her for a ride. If you ever go to a tire shop and you don't see someone using these, don't go to that tire shop.
And sometimes, after you get tires, you need to redo this.
They'll tell you about 100 miles after, especially on aluminum rims.
Especially on aluminum rims. I've had that happen.
Had them loosen up after 100 miles?
Yep.
So like that, all torque down, all balanced, we'll go for a ride and see what happens.
All right. All right. Brought her up to 70, 65, 70. No vibration. This phone is on the steering wheel, so that way you can see smooth as baby's bottom.